Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Looks like we're gonna be gapping up. Wondering if this movement up to the upside here has to do with the probably more than likely with the UK trade deal that's gonna go be announced in 30 minutes. So they may be pricing that in as positives. So gap up, come back down to fill it, and then go back up. No idea. Just a reminder that this whole week has been pretty shit in terms of volume. We also had some pretty bullish news in crypto. Coinbase specifically is buying, I forgot what the company's called, but they bought a crypto company that deals with options or crypto options. So does that mean options are coming in Coinbase? That's pretty lit. He bought the crypto options platform Deribit in a $2.9 billion deal. They also gave a deal price of $700 million in cash, which amounts to 11 million Coinbase Class A shares. That is finally pretty lit to be able to trade options in Coinbase finally. I'd be upping my game again on crypto. The reason why I stopped posting crypto in the crypto log is because since I live in California, I'm not able to access a bunch of sites or crypto sites that allow derivatives. The one we were using, which was a very, very good one, fortunately I cannot use. So if they bring it to Coinbase, I might pick it up again. BingX was the one that was pretty good. You couldn't do options but leverage trading. So we'll see what happens with this trade deal here that's going to be announced in 30 minutes. You know, some of those trade deals has to do with like the car industry. So buy the rumor, sell the news event maybe. Also, Intel got a nice little pop. So did ARM. ARM, need to watch out for here. But I think Intel's up like 3%. Yeah, 3% up on Intel. Thing is, Intel's gonna gap up again. If it's, yeah. The gap ups. Fill the gap. See what happens. Trying to play the options train there on Global Foundries, bro? Shares. Take a look at it in a bit. Could be a demand issue, not sure. I don't think I've ever seen gray candles. Alright guys, good luck here. Remember, I'm gonna be ending the stream in about like an hour or two, probably 2. So good luck. We got half hour with the Trump announcement. Alright, GE. Let's go. The ask is at 585. Let me see if I can get filled there on one of those contracts.
I tried to get filled at 5 Lord. That thing dipped right away.
Okay, yeah, it's gone. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
get
that's my 5 ass that just popped up there.
Fuck.
I told you I'd be trying to get out at 5.
It's alright. Microsoft, nice little pop there to gap fill. Jesus. Tesla moving. Hey, my 5 contracts at PayPal are still up. It's almost at 70. Wow, AMD, holy. That's a whole tick of a candle. My god, dang. Going for that 108 gap fill? Nice. Here we go, SPY. PT1, come on. Here we go. Keep it coming. Up 13% here. PayPal ripping. GT is ripping too. Let's go GE. Oh my god, GE, let's go.
I got my 5 fill.
The hell? How come I didn't? Chill. The ask is at 5:30. Should I move it there?
I got the 5 fill already, Lord.
Yeah, I didn't get it. All right, let me see. Go GE, holy shit, let's go. Just ask, this thing is going crazy now. There it is. 5:30. There, I got better fill. 188% profit there. I'm gonna try to set it up at 550. What is 200% of 184? 552. So I get 550. Don't care about the pennies. Yo, GT is approaching that gap. Holy crap, let's go. Come on, fill it. By the way, they missed on earnings. So, let's go. Don't like what SPY did here. Amazon dumping. IWM dumping. AMD's ripping. dude. Just so good on those GE calls from 184 over $5, guys. They're at 522 at the ask right now. We're at the bid. The ask. And there's still so much time. I know, again, I wish I would have added more. I mean, I still have a sizable, you know, but I wish I would have gotten more. I would have probably put, how much did I buy? I put 4.6. I was going to put closer to 10 on this play, but it took off, so that's a good thing. You know, stress-free play, when it just goes, it goes. I would have been putting close to 10K on this play. I was that confident in the harmonic there. But it's alright. There we go, Spy. Here we go, Spy. We got a limit order set here, guys, on Spy. Let's see. What the fuck is this candle? Here we go. Did it fill me? Did it fill me? Did I get that 1.9 fill? Yes, I did. Let's go. 15% profit on Spy. Limit set. Next limit is set. There we go. Let's go. Did I get 2.0 fill? Yes, I did. Let's go. Oh my god. Let's go. 21% profit. Keep it to me. Next limit set. Well, we filled the gap, so now I'm just looking for PT1 to touch, which... Oh. There it is. Come on, 4 more pennies. Q's has yet to fill its gap, so I think a little bit more downside. I think PT1 should hold though, so I'm gonna take a big chunk out here, guys, on PT1. Probably only have like 15% left in my position in case continue down with the news. So a big chunk is coming out right now if I get my fill at 2.10. Shit. Not that kind of candle. And it's reversing. Bro, really? I needed 5 more pennies. Alright, let's take a look. See if indication. Amazon could continue dumping. Same thing with Microsoft to a support line. Apple maybe goes to PT2. Maybe Tesla goes down to its gap fill, and then that. Oh shit, Meta just took dump. There could still be that chance that come down here. Tesla starts to cool off a bit. IWM hasn't filled its gap. Netflix is coming down. Nvidia, AMD finally coming down here. Banks are slightly pushing upwards. Energy's up. PayPal's ripping. I think I'm gonna close out PayPal here at $2 on those last contracts. I'll call it a day on that one. Here we go. Come on, SPY. Did I get filled? Oh yes, I did, guys. 2.10 fill. Just took a big chunk there. I only have 15% left of my position. I just don't know what's gonna happen in 8 minutes, so I got filled at 210. Out. 85% of position out.
I'm all out. Good play, Lord. I joined you.
Yeah, that was good. Just I'll take that. What?
Is there news?
Yeah, Trump announcement with the tariffs in 7 minutes. First trim, third trim. Moving forward here on the last remaining contracts on those SPYs, the play is free, even if these go the opposite way. I just find it really hard. I don't know what the fuck this is. Is that on? Let me look at Webull. Well, let's look at futures first of all. I find it hard that it's gonna come down here to these levels, but anything's possible. Which is why I think this area holds. Maybe you come down slightly PT1. You do something like this, but then recover. I just don't think that this move right here, you're just gonna come down slicing right through it. So there's gonna be some support around here. So we don't want to fuck around and find out. How are we doing on PayPal? GT is looking okay. PayPal. Did I get filled on PayPal? Nope. I'm 3 pennies from PayPal being filled. Yep, it's gaining support here. high volume or match the spread of the no, they didn't match. See, this now a little bit bullish here. The spread of this candle is much wider off of this. This is kind of similar volume. I'd read there. All right, guys, I'm at a PayPal 200% profit. If anybody was still holding those, but I'm out. Probably should have only taken one contract out, because holy Jimmy ripping. Because this thing's gonna go to 70. But I don't got time to watch charts too much today.
What's up with GT?
I don't know, but everything's ripping right now. What's up with GE, bro?
Yeah, I didn't get to that one.
Bro, anytime it's just a rule here, bro. If I'm in GT and GE, everybody gotta be in it. Just kidding. Do what you gotta do. Your ears should, your butt and your butt cheeks should perk up, bro. Anytime I talk about GT and GE, you already know.
One day I'll have enough capital to play everything.
Damn, bro. Gee, what are we looking at? There was a 4-hour, I think, Harmonic F214, right, on GE. Was it a 2-hour? My butt cheeks perk up anytime you talk. Hell yeah. I know there was a target here on G at 214. Where is it? Oh, right here. CD's nuts. So that was the next target I was looking for. We didn't. I mean, we missed it by 22 cents, and we still got time. But these contracts are out to June, so it overextended as hell. So I could see that pop up, come down here. Maybe thinks it's gonna fall. There's still a chance this does fall, and then goes back up, and then creating higher highs, higher lows. But awesome play. And then GT, even though I missed earnings, I don't care. It's pushing up.
It's above QT1 daily so far.
So yeah, all this thing that was to me it looks like it was grabbing consolidating here at a good level. A lot of support is not going to be at this range between 1060s and that $11 range. So once you break out of this, you're looking towards that 12. Now GT over 90% profit right now. I may have to start closing a lot of those, because what do we got next week to close out? Yeah, next week. Holy fuck. All right. Time's not on my hand right there. All right, guys, here we go. Announcement coming. Good luck. Hold me, chat. Is he gonna be late? Come on, Trump, hurry up. That is a high volume candle there. Qs has yet to fill the gap. Papa Trump. Apple's dumping. Banks are running. Holy. GME, come on, man. Get back to 27.57. How are you looking on the daily? We reset a few things though, so that's good on the push down. We got that HSI. We're getting that HSI arrow today on GME. Hell yeah, let's go. On that push down here, guys, it exhausted the HSI on the daily. I know Holdad mentioned that yesterday, and or somebody mentioned it. And today we're triggering the HSI arrow again.
That was me.
Okay, Mike. And that last HSI arrow we got here was Feb. We pushed up 14%. What does that push us if it's similar run? 30. Hell yeah. What did we retrace to on this push down here? Just below the 236. Okay, that's actually pretty good for bulls. If it holds. You know, he said the announcement was gonna come in at 10 a.m. Eastern, and then before the announcement, he's like, "Oh, it's UK." So was that it? He was saying before, "Oh, it's with the big company that we've had. It's become a big country, blah blah blah," and then it was the U.S. and the UK trade pact, which was an hour ago before. The U.S.-UK trade pact will leave the 10% U.S. tariff in place. So maybe we don't get an announcement anymore? Trump's crazy, bro. I don't know. Help. I don't mind Apple dragging us down. I still have a few runners here on the puts. I still think Q's come and gets that gap fill.
See that 1 a.m. candle? It hit everybody's stop loss. See the size of that candle?
Yeah, I was actually trying to look to see if other platforms have the same thing, but because that shit is a
Holy
weird candle.
That's like I take everybody out top and
Yeah.
bottom candle.
Here we go, guys. Spy's picking up here again. Did the news come out? There we go. PT1 is hit. Taking a profit here, guys. 2.2 fill here. Uh, 34% on that one. So we got our PT1. Accuse has not filled its gap yet. We could still lose it. Maybe go down to 562. So I want to know what happened at 1 a.m. Is this on Weeble's chart too? See, Weeble doesn't have it. It's kind of hard to read. That's a trading view bullshit candle. That messes with the harmonics, with the pattern creation. See what else. Apple's continuing to dump here. At a lower low. Let's see if Tesla comes down to fill its gap. Could push a little bit lower here for SPY. If that's the case, maybe we see 562. The Dow Jones coming down here. IWM has yet to fill its gap. Netflix makes lower lows. Banks might be coming down. Question mark. Let's see, but PT1 is still holding. That's where I said it, like, hey, this thing needs to pick up on the volume here because there should be support. The UK trade deal finally came out. Well, the announcement hasn't come out from Trump, but he did mention that it is UK US trade. He mentioned cars too. That's why I was asking earlier. Like, he said it was going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern, but the dude announced it prior. Oh my God, let's go. 2.3 fill. Come on, fill me. Taking a few contracts here. Sheesh. 51% profit on SPY. Yeah, that's how you do it, guys. Let's go. Any news? Unusual Wells posted. What's in Bloomberg? Trump has officially announced the United Cake. Okay. And then Walter Bloomberg had posted like an hour before the market opened that it was a UK-US trade. But now Trump officially announced it, I guess. See, the Bloomberg terminal always the first to know. Come on, guys, help me pay for it. Oh my god, let's go, SPY. What a play. Why'd you guys make me cut so much early, huh? Ready to get filled here at 2.68. Alright, I think that's probably... Apple's still dumping on increasing volume. Amazon approaching its support line here. Microsoft coming down. Tesla about to gap fill. The Dow Jones just lost their support level. IWM about to gap fill. Netflix continued to dump. The semiconductors not doing shit. Trading sideways. The banks are coming down. Energy is coming down. Okay, I hold. Alright, I got 4 contracts left here. $560 would be nice. Gets above PT1, I'm out. I want this to go like this and then this. But if it goes like this, it's gonna cover. So yo, Netflix finally dumping. There's some Pakistan and India news. Bro. The U.S. So unusual Wells posted U.S.-UK trade pact will leave the 10% U.S. tariff in place per CNN. Check this out. Put this in live chat. Walter Bloomberg posted an hour ago that same comment. And you and Usual Wells just got it.
So the Trump tag sticks or what?
I have no idea. I'm out. A spy. All out.
2.8?
We take that. We take that win. Played that perfect. And now, time to flip, maybe? Apple's getting reversally. Oh shit, the guy rejected. Fuck. Tight.
So he's not speaking today, Lloyd?
I don't think he was supposed to speak.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe he is speaking, I don't know, but the announcement came in an hour before the bell. That's why we're not seeing volatility here. He was supposed to speak from the Oval Office. Maybe he's still going to. So, what mean? The US-UK trade pact announced on May, blah blah blah, which retains a 10% US tariff on most UK goods, as reported by CNN, despite earlier hopes for tariff relief following Trump's promise of a major trade deal with the UK. This tariff, part of Trump's broader trade policy, stems from a 10% universal tariff on nearly all US imports, alongside higher 25% tariffs on steel, aluminum, and autos, implemented to protect domestic industries but risking global trade tensions, according to the Peterson Institute of International Economics. The UK heavily reliant on trade, 62% of the GDP in 2024 per the UK Parliament, faces economic pressures from these tariffs, prompting government measures like $20 billion in export finance to mitigate impacts while avoiding retaliation to maintain a rules-based trading system. What I want to know is, what was it before? Was that a win, or is it just the same shit? So, did we win? God, this thing's giving me so much shit. So I just asked Grok. So did we win? And it assumed that I was from the UK. Yes, I'm assuming by we were referring to the UK. Given the context of the US-UK trade pact and your interest in the tariff situation, let's break this down to see if the UK won. The US-UK trade pact, as mentioned in the Target post, keeps the 10% US tariffs on most UK goods in place. This tariff was part of a broader policy by the Trump administration, which imposed a universal 10% tariff on nearly all US imports, with additional higher tariffs on specific goods. What the UK wanted versus what it got. The UK goals. The UK aimed to avoid or reduce significant tariffs on its exports to the United States, deepen economic ties, and secure favorable trade deals, especially in areas like defense, financial services, and technology. The UK economy is heavily trade dependent. International trade accounted for 62% of its GDP. The outcome, the 10% tariff remains. While the UK secured the lowest reciprocal tariff rate globally, this isn't a removal of tariffs, but rather a confirmation that the US is signaling out the UK for a harsher treatment. The tariff staying in place means the UK exporters still face increased costs, which could hurt competitiveness in the United States market. The economic impact on the UK. Tariff costs, a 10% tariff on most goods, increase the cost of UK exports to the US, potentially reducing demand for British products. For a trade-reliant economy like the UK, this is a challenge. The UK government has noted that the broader impact depends on global trade dynamics and how other countries respond to the US reciprocal tariffs. So, did the UK lose or just not win big? The UK did better than some other US trading partners. For instance, China faces 145% tariff rate, and other countries saw higher reciprocal tariffs before 90-day pause. And then it goes and gives sentiment on accounts on X. And then finally, so did the UK win? No clear victory. The UK didn't achieve its primary goal of tariff removal, so it's hard to call this a win. The 10% tariff staying in place means the UK exporters are still at a disadvantage compared to a pre-tariff scenario. Not a total loss, the UK avoided worse outcomes and maintained a constructive dialogue with the United States. And by not retaliating with its own tariffs, the UK is playing the long game, prioritizing a rules-based trading system over short-term escalation. This could be seen as a soft win in terms of diplomacy, but it doesn't translate to immediate economic gains. So we won because we kept the 10% tariffs on the UK.
So that means importers out here have to pay more, and they're going to pass it to the consumers, and the consumers going to see higher prices on products from the UK. So nothing's changed, and July.
Well, they did change. The 10% tariffs was the change, so that is a change.
What was the change?
The 10%. They kept the 10% tariff. Before they didn't have a 10% additional, so that was a new change.
I thought everyone got slapped with 10%. To me, yeah, everyone had 10%. So now he's staying with the 10%. So I don't know what's changed.
Well, it wasn't 10% before, is what I'm saying. The change was a 10%.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because what was it? We got to look at that chart. Trump chart tariffs.
Yeah, to see where we're. Yeah. Right, but July is still on the table, right? Like July, that 90-day pause could still like be reenacted.
I think so. I don't know. So
I think so.
The European Union had tariffs charged to the U.S. 39%, and the U.S. discounted reciprocal tariffs 20%. So it was before 20, now it's 10? I don't get it. I'm confusion now. Because in that case, then isn't that a positive win then for the UK? I mean, for us, everybody, right? We're paying 10 instead of 20.
Yeah. For UK, for us. Yeah. I guess that's a win for us. I guess that's a less hurtful win. But then
he's trying to have tariffs high, so but Bro, this is confusing as fuck because
What's more confusing is the math that he did
yeah,
to get those numbers. Like the Japanese prime minister, they make fun of the math. They did like a YouTube video making fun of his math and shit on the tariffs. Like, how does this doesn't add up? So, but yeah, it's just crazy times. All right. And then he still got the gun to their head by having a 90-day pause until July. So that clock is still ticking. So uncertainty, I don't know.
because yeah, the first chart was 20% and now it's 10. That's still that's a solid win if it was, you know, because passed on to the consumer it was going to be 20, now it's 10.
Yeah.
The thing is, they also have, like the importers, they have to pay the tax.
But what was it before? Because the 20% in the European Union is when he came out saying this is what we're going to charge. But what was it before then? Was it 15? Was it 10? Was it 8? Was it 5? What was it? Right? Because the 20% on that chart is saying what he was going to charge. So what was it before? Because if it was 10% before, then it basically nothing happened.
That's what I mean. Like, but didn't he retaliate? Because they retaliated, or they never retaliated, and then he increased it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you ask Grok, and yeah, crazy.
Let me ask it again. Like, hey, so what was percentage tariffs before this announcement in the UK? So before the April 2025 announcement, the tariff rate on most UK goods imported to the United States was around 2.2% on average under WTO MFN terms, with higher rates on specific goods like agriculture products. A shift to 10% tariffs in April marked a significant increase for most goods. Oh, so it did increase by like almost 8%, 7%. But the thing is that it was on most UK imported goods, and then there's like other specific goods like agricultural products that are higher. So if you take that into consideration, you could average like before this announcement like 5%, maybe. I don't know. The U.S. just imposed sanctions on China refinery importing Iranian oil 45 seconds ago. What did the energy sector do? Oh, nothing. Okay, well.
This kind of looking good entry for the long side.
Hams, you in here? Took a look at Global Foundries. Yeah, I saw those. So great, those great candles tend to happen, bro. Like when there's very low volume, there's like no. Literally, it's volume dependent. It's very low price movement. You can see by the I guess for lack of a better term, it's a doji, but those dashes on the great candles, right? Those hyphens, whatever you want to call them. They're like doji candles with no movement. So that's what tends to happen. The gray volume when there's no movement. Barely, it stays the same, like the opening and the close stays the same. Now as far as Global Foundries, the company, they got a lot of competition. Well, obviously Intel's being one of them, and I forget the other one. Harmonically, there isn't nothing on the daily. The weekly, you're finding support above 31. So if you can hold here, maybe you could see 40. Like that's your next target. 40. And then that 50 EMA is going to be your level of resistance. Because every time you touch it on the weekly, you dump. You see how you come in this channel? Since here. And here. So that 50 right here, every time you've tested it, you've come down and made a lower low. So you could see towards that push, and it could be towards that 40, maybe up top of the 10 channel, and that creates a lower high, and you could come back down to make a lower low. Unless this finally breaks above here, you break out, come back, and then it goes to that T1. You start looking to upside to break the momentum. So there could be a play there towards 40, mid to low 40s, and then I'd be getting out to see what happens there. Now as far as a long-term investment, you're gonna have to dig deep on the fundamentals. There's also a shot that on the daily, this thing looks like a symmetrical triangle here. At the bottom of a trend, usually a symmetrical triangle could be could either break to the upside or break to the downside. It depends on where it's at in the chart. So if it's in the downtrend, it could be continuation to the downside, but it could break to the upside. You could also argue that this is potential bear flag, right? Your pull. Some could argue that this is also a rising wedge, and you dump. Harmonically, there's nothing on the daily. The HSI is at flat at the midline. You do have an HSI arrow that tried to come down here, and the dot trying to confirm that. If you lose that dot, if you lose like around 34, 35, if you lose that level, then you might be coming for that gap fill there at 32, and maybe that is that all-time low? Yeah, all-time low. Yeah, don't I mean, do what you want. But I looked at the option chain. Get out. Stay far away from it. You might be able to do something on the Junes because there's like 1,000, but man, I'm not touching it. But yeah, that's about it. Not much besides like long term on the harmonic. You got something there, but short term, there's nothing there harmonically yet. Alright, we're coming back down again. WM. The GM is ripping. Rejection candles, high volume, second highest volume on the 5-minute on SPY to the downside. PT2 on its way, maybe? That 1 hour, that candle, that pre-market fucks up things up here harmonically with the indicator, because that candle should not exist. Let's see if we put regular trading hours. From a volume analysis perspective, that looks like it's giving up a lot, right? But that just, fuck, man. Well, that candle did not happen. See, it just looks like an engulfing candle on the 4 hour. You see, and it's not on the Qs. Hopefully TradingView fixes it. Alright, we're back. Alright guys, probably gonna end the live here. Gotta get going. I didn't quit Twitch. I'll be back on Twitch. Let's see. Probably be back in a week or two on Twitch again. I think if you lose PT2 560, we can come back to our range that we've been had this whole week. Just be careful, guys, moving forward, because we may just be trading like we have all week. Just no action and no volume. You first get like the volume in the morning, and then after that it's just been dead. So yeah, just one play. Just been basically one play in the morning all week, and it all wins. So we had that SPY play there for 63% profit. Those GEs finally hit over $5. I trimmed at 530 for 188% profit. GT looks nice as well. What else? The PayPal's went over 200% profit. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Keep you guys updated if I see anything, but that's it for me. I will see you guys on Monday. Anyways, guys, have a good weekend. See you guys. Peace. Thanks, Rafa.